Okay, in this video what I'm going to do is show you how to use the split face tool and the material paint tool. And this is the best way to get different colors on your wall or on portions of a wall, different flooring materials in without actually changing the physical flooring material in the properties browser or the physical wall material in the properties browser. So since we're dealing with materials, I'm going to change this to realistic colors. So you can see what is going on my floor here is the floor is set up to have a wood floor there, which is fine. Everybody loves wood floors, but I want to do a little bit of a carpet. So either an area rug or an inset carpet in my living room. And so let's go ahead and do that first. So I'm going to go to the Modify tab here. I'm going to go to the split face. First I have to tell it which one to split, so I want to split the face of that floor. Now I just got to create a boundary, so I'm going to use my rectangle tool here, and I'm just going to eyeball it. So something kind of like a nice even boundary centered in my living area. That would be nice either for an area rug or an inset carpeting. So let's do that. Oops, I forgot to click my mouse the second time. Looks pretty good to me for now. I click my green checkbox. So now you can see that's a different surface there. It's a different face. It's not a different material. It's still the same wood if you would look at it in a section. But now let's go in and use the next tool down and hit the paint tool. And so let's put in some carpet. Oops, there it is. And now I just click on that and you see it makes it carpet. So I'm going to hit done. And now what I need to do is let's take a little 3D view and see what the heck that looks like if it shows up in 3D. So I'm going to come down here. I'm going to go to my camera. I'm going to set where my camera is and where I'm looking. So I think it would be nice to look like that. And so you can see I've got a carpet. Let's turn on my colors. So you can see now I've got a different material in there. Now I can also do this on walls. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my first floor. I'm going to open up the exterior, the interior elevation on that side there. And what I want to do is I want to make an area of that wall that I'm going to put tile in there and not have tile up above here. So let's pretend I'm going to do a tile backsplash. Now if I did that, I would probably go in and duplicate this family, get rid of the backsplash and run the tile all the way down to the back side. But for now I'm just going to put tile on this wall only. So let's go ahead and use that same tool. So I'm going to use the split face tool. I've got it down here, I've got it set up to select elements by face. And now I'm going to go ahead and draw my area. So I don't have to draw, I'm going to draw it just to the top here. And I'm going to draw it down to here. Since I've selected that plane, it's just splitting the face of the wall. And then I hit Finish Edit Mode. Oh, so what it's telling me is that if you're at the border of a face, you can't, it's kind of overlapping the edge of it. So I'm going to hit Delete Splitting Element. We're going to do this one more time. We're going to go to Split Face. And I'm going to pick the plane I want to split. I'm just going to draw a line this time rather than trying to box. See, because I'm already at the edge of the plane, so I don't have to draw a box this time. I can just say, okay, I want to have a line there, and I want to have a line here, because I'm going to the edge of that plane. Now let's hit Finish Edit Mode. Okay, I figured out what the problem was. What I did is I went online and I typed in my error, and what it showed me was you can split a face to the edge of its boundary with just a line, but you can't just have a line floating out, and you can't like overlap the edge of the boundary, and that's what I was trying to do. So it's a little bit tricky on this one because it looked like I was doing an interior elevation and all I could see was the wall. But the problem is I've got my wall cropped so tight. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to hit the shift key, I'm going to hit the tab key until I get that elevation view, and I'm going to expand out my crop boundary. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and try to, when I select that wall, you see what's happening is it ends at the left side of my interior elevation but extends out onto the right side. So when I was drawing that rectangle to split the face, it was lining up with the edge of this one, and that was where the overlapping boundary was. And the only way I could tell that was uncropping my interior elevation to see where that wall extended past. So now what I'm going to have to do when I split my face is I'm going to have to go from, basically I can't overlap this line here, so I'm going to draw 3 lines. I'm going to draw like one line here, one line up there, and then one line up over there, and then that should give me my split face thing. So let's see if this all works. So let's go ahead and hit split face. I click on the wall to select it, and you can see the wall goes way up there, it goes over there, but it ends here. So I'm going to come down here, I'm going to take it up to here, I'm going to take it up to here, and I'm not going to go down because I can't overlap that last boundary, and then I'm going to hit done. And so now I do have that element split. Okay, so now I'm going to go in and go back into realistic colors here. And let's see what we've got loaded in for some ceramic tile, just so it's something to put in here. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to hit paint, and I'm going to hit tile, and there's this ugly gray mosaic tile and there's this porcelain tile, but I don't see any other tiles. I would like some other different choices, so let's just put this one in here just to show that it works. And then I hit done. So you can see there, it doesn't show up because it's gray. I've got a tile now in my backsplash up on that one wall. Now if I want to load more materials into my project, I'm going to go into the Manage tab. I'm going to go on to Materials. And you can see here, if I type in tile, all of these are the ones that are in there. Now, see, so there's a lot more here than are loaded into the project. So if I scroll down here, see all these tiles right here? Tile quarry, tile ceramic and stone mixed, tile porcelain. Let's see what this one looks like. Hey, let's go for it. Let's do something really funky. So this is something that's available, but it's not actually loaded into the project. So I can either add the material to the document or add the material to the document and display in editor. So I'll just add it to the document and display in editor. So I added tile structural. I screwed that up. I clicked the wrong one. So I'm going to add this one to the document and display in editor. Okay. So this is the JPEG that it's going to paint on there. So let's do something wacky here. So I can delete this from a project material since the one I added from by mistake. It's still down here. I just haven't added it up to the project. So we're going to go in and now we're going to see if we can paint that with the tile and stone ceramic mix. So I'm going to hit OK. So now I'm going to come in here, and I'm going to go back to my Modify tab. I'm going to go to Paint Material. And now I'm going to type in tile, and that one I loaded should now be in there. Yes, there it is. And let's go ahead and do that. Oh, okay, so now we're done. And let's make sure it looks that way in 3D. So I'm going to go in, and I've already saved a 3D kitchen view, I think. Yeah, interior kitchen rendering. So let's open that one up. And let's change that one to realistic. And there you see my new tile material is showing up here. So now what I'm going to do is pause, stop this part of the video, and I'll do another video on rendering to the cloud and see if this shows up there.